For anyone still seeking, you are not the mind. Listen even more carefully now. In part 1, you heard the truth. But truth heard is not the same as truth lived. Understanding I am intellectually does nothing. Many people understand spiritual ideas, yet still suffer every day. Why? Because the mind can repeat truth while the identity remains unchanged. Part 2 is where the teaching stops being comforting and starts being confrontational. Because the real shift doesn't happen when life improves. It happens when your identity collapses. The most uncomfortable truth here is the truth almost no one wants to hear. You do not suffer because of circumstances. You suffer because you believe you are the one inside them. The moment you say, I am anxious, I am lonely, I am failing, you have already stepped out of truth and into illusion. Not because anxiety or pain doesn't appear, but because awareness is never what it observes. Jesus did not overcome suffering by fixing the world. He overcame suffering by never confusing himself with appearances. That is the difference. Why most spiritual seekers stay stuck? Most spiritual people are exhausted. They pray, they affirm, they meditate, they seek. But seeking itself is the problem. Seeking assumes something is missing. I am not enough yet. I am not healed yet. I am not there yet. But I am is never on the way. The moment you seek, you step into time. And truth does not live in time. Truth lives now, before ever. Real life story. Fear that wouldn't leave a man in his late 60s lived with constant fear. Not dramatic fear, the quiet kind. Fear of health, fear of money, fear of being alone. Nothing was actually wrong, but fear was always there. One evening, sitting alone, he stopped asking how to get rid of fear. Instead, he asked one honest question: who is aware of this fear? He didn't answer it. He stayed with it. And suddenly something shocking happened. The fear was loud, but the awareness watching it was silent. The fear was unstable, but the awareness was unmoving. For the first time in his life, he realized fear was happening, but fear was not happening to him. That night, nothing in his life changed. But something ended. Fear never owned him again. This is where the shift becomes real. Most people want peace after life improves. Jesus revealed peace before conditions change. This is the reversal. You don't wait for healing to rest. You rest, and healing follows. You don't wait for abundance to relax. You relax, and life reorganizes. Not magically, not instantly, but inevitably. Because reality always aligns with identity. The death of the personal self. This is the part that feels frightening. Because I am does not improve the personal self. It dissolves it. The personal self wants control, needs validation, fears loss, demands outcomes. I am needs nothing. That is why ego resists this teaching. Because ego survives on effort. And I am ends effort. Real life story control finally collapsed. A woman spent her entire life managing everything: her children, her marriage, her finances, her image. She was strong and exhausted. One day, during a health scare, she realized, I cannot control this. For the first time, she stopped managing life. She didn't give up. She let go of authorship. She sat quietly and felt something deeper than fear. Presence. Not hope. Not reassurance. Presence. Her health stabilized. But more importantly, she stopped living in tension. Life moved. She didn't push. Why the mind hates this teaching. The mind wants steps, rules, methods. I am offers none. It offers recognition. The mind says, tell me what to do. Truth says, see what you already are. That's why this teaching feels simple, yet unreachable. Because simplicity threatens the entire structure of effort-based identity. The most important practice, this is not meditation. This is not affirmation. It is disidentification. When pain arises, Do not say, I am in pain. Say nothing. Notice. When fear arises, do not fix it. Do not analyze it. Notice. When lack appears, do not fight it. Do not spiritualize it. Notice. Awareness itself is the healer. When life doesn't change immediately, this is where many people quit. They say, I tried this. Nothing happened. But something did happen. You stopped feeding illusion. And illusion starves slowly. Roots die before branches fall. Stay. Not with hope, with honesty. Relationships transform here when you live as I am. You stop needing people to complete you. You stop demanding reassurance. You stop clinging. Love becomes expression, not transaction. That is why relationships either heal, deepen, or gently fall away. Truth never destroys what is real. The final realization: you are not becoming spiritual. You are remembering. You are not fixing your life. You are seeing through the dream. The body continues. The world continues. Life continues. But suffering loses authority. Because suffering requires identity. And identity dissolves in truth. Final invitation, very important. Right now, pause, not to think, not to agree, not to believe, just notice. You are aware. That awareness is unchanged by this video, unchanged by your past, unchanged by your future. That is what Jesus pointed to. That is I am. If this part 2 went deeper than you expected, like this video so others can find it. Subscribe if you are ready to go beyond surface spirituality, and comment, I am, not as words but as recognition. Part 3 goes even deeper into living this truth when life breaks you. Stay.